You know what's interesting? Hmm? Almost everyone says they want to be rich. They say it confidently. I want freedom. I want financial independence. I don't want to struggle. But very few people ever sit alone, in silence, and ask themselves a much more uncomfortable question. Do I actually understand money? Not how to earn it, not how to spend it, but how it truly works. Because wanting money and understanding money are two completely different things. And here is the truth most people avoid. Most people will never be rich. Not because they are stupid, not because they are lazy, not because they lack potential, but because they misunderstand a small number of powerful principles, and they repeat those misunderstandings for decades. Let's slow this down. From childhood, we were given a formula. Go to school, get good grades, find a stable job, work hard, save a little, retire someday. That formula creates stability. It creates order. But it does not automatically create wealth. And no one tells you that clearly, because the system does not reward wealth thinking. It rewards predictable behavior. Think about this. If you do exactly what everyone else is doing, why would you expect a different financial outcome? The system trains you to trade time for money. You wake up, you give your hours, you receive income, you repeat for years. And there is nothing wrong with honest work. But there is something dangerous about believing that effort alone builds wealth. Because effort has a limit, time has a limit, energy has a limit. And if your income depends entirely on your time, then your wealth will always have a ceiling. Now, let's go deeper. There are 3 reasons most people never escape this ceiling. 3. And they are simple, but powerful. The first reason, they trade time instead of building leverage. Leverage is a quiet word, but it changes everything. When you trade time, you get paid once. When you build leverage, you get paid repeatedly. An investment that grows, a business that operates, a skill that scales beyond your physical presence. Leverage allows one action to multiply. Without it, you're always starting from zero again tomorrow. And most people never build leverage because it feels uncertain. It feels risky. It feels uncomfortable. So they stay in the cycle they understand, even if it keeps them average. The second reason, they confuse income with wealth. This one is subtle. A high salary feels impressive. It feels like success. But income is not wealth. Income is flow. Wealth is accumulation. You can earn a lot and still own nothing. No assets, no equity, no investments growing silently. If your money only pays for lifestyle, it disappears. And lifestyle inflation is quiet. You earn more, you spend more, you upgrade, you adjust, you normalize a higher standard, but your ownership remains the same. Real wealth is ownership. Ownership of assets that generate income. Ownership of things that increase in value. Ownership that works for you even when you are not working. And here's the uncomfortable question. If you stopped working tomorrow, how long would your current lifestyle survive? A week? A month? That answer tells you whether you have income or wealth. The third reason, they choose comfort over long-term thinking. Comfort feels safe. It feels stable. It feels controlled. But wealth rarely grows in comfort. It grows in discipline. It grows in delayed gratification. It grows when you invest instead of impress. Most people optimize for today. Wealthy individuals optimize for 10 years from now. And that difference compounds quietly, year after year, while nobody notices. Now, let's talk about something psychological. The loudest people about money are often the least secure about it. They display everything. They announce everything. They seek validation for everything. But real wealth does not need validation. It does not need to prove itself. It moves quietly. It compounds in silence. It avoids unnecessary attention. And that silence is misunderstood as weakness, but it is strength, because silence allows focus. Focus allows strategy. Strategy allows multiplication. Most people are distracted by appearances, cars, brands, temporary signals of status. But true wealth is invisible in the beginning. It looks boring. It looks disciplined. It looks slow. And most people do not have the patience for slow growth. They want immediate transformation, immediate success, immediate proof. But money rewards patience more than intensity. It rewards consistency more than excitement. Another truth is wealth is not built emotionally. It is built logically. Emotional decisions destroy capital. Logical decisions preserve it and multiply it. Most people react to money emotionally. They panic. They chase trends. They follow hype. They copy others. But wealthy individuals move strategically. They think. They analyze. They wait. And waiting is powerful because waiting allows clarity. Clarity prevents mistakes. Mistakes are extensive, very expensive. Now let's talk about identity. You do not become rich by chasing money. You become rich by becoming the type of person who understands value, value creation, value storage, value multiplication. If your identity is built around consumption, wealth will always escape you. If your identity is built around creation and ownership, wealth begins to accumulate naturally. And this shift does not happen overnight. It happens quietly, in small decisions every single day. Invest or spend, study or scroll, build or complain, delay gratification or demand comfort. Most people choose the second option, and then they wonder why their life looks average. So when I say most people will never be rich, it is not an insult. It is an observation about behavioral patterns. They follow the script they were given, without questioning it. But the moment you question the script, you step outside of it. And once you step outside, you start seeing opportunities differently. You stop asking, how can I earn more? And start asking, how can I own more? You stop asking, how can I look successful? And start asking, how can I build security? Wealth is not loud. It is patient. It is strategic. It is disciplined. It is repetitive. And it is intentional. It grows slowly, almost invisibly. Then suddenly it becomes undeniable. And by that time, the loud voices have faded, the distractions have passed, the trends have changed, but the assets remain, compounding, silently. So the real question is not, why are most people not rich? The real question is, will you repeat their patterns, or will you choose differently? Because wealth is not about luck. It is about alignment. Alignment between thinking and action, between patience and discipline, between ownership and identity. Most people will never make that shift, but you're here, listening, questioning, thinking, and that alone is already uncommon. And uncommon thinking leads to uncommon results. The decision is quiet, but the outcome is powerful. And once you truly understand money, it becomes very difficult for it to control you again.